Welcome to Backstage with Richard Ridge. John-Andrew Morrison, who received a Tony Award nomination, a Lucille Lortel Award, and an Obie Award for his work in the Pulitzer Prize-winning musical A Strange Loop, is bringing his brand new show called No, Maybe, Why Not? An Evening with John-Andrew Morrison to 54 Below, Broadway's favorite Tony Award-winning supper club on February 3rd and 4th. Please welcome John-Andrew Morrison. Well, it is great to see you again. What a whirlwind season for you, my friend.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. I was talking about it with someone, and it feels like this last year has been dreams becoming lived experience, and that's incredible and wonderful. So I'm very thrilled and excited about it.
Well, let's talk about how excited you are. You're getting ready to play your brand new show here at 54 Below. How excited are you?
I'm very excited about it. Tepper is such a love. She's such a dear. And she had actually asked me to do a show, and then this thing called the pandemic happened, and of course it got canceled. And so she reached out last year and was like, hey, so this show, we doing it or not? And I was like, okay, why not? Why not? And so my birthday is in June, so I thought I was going to do the show then. She gave me dates, and then she called me back like 2 days later. She's like, I have this prime spot in February. You want it? And I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. So I'm very excited to be here. I was here a couple nights ago seeing a show. It is the greatest room. It's beautiful, and excited to be here.
What's it like being on this stage performing?
You know, this place actually holds a lot of very sweet memories for me. Strange Loop had one of its most important development shows here. Tepper, again, gave us a night in which we performed songs from A Strange Loop, and that show was the show that got us our first set of producers and moved us down the chain of the development line with the show. And so every time I'm here, I remember that night, remember how exciting it was, and that it kind of like changed all of our destinies, so this room is very, very special, very special. And then we got to do our Tiny Desk concert here as well, which was great. I love this place.
So talk about the new show. What can you tell me?
So, because Tepper says, you know what, let's do this show in February, and I think it was around November when that happened, I said yes, and then, I have to come up with a name for this thing, and it was literally like 5 minutes before curtain, and the words no, maybe, why not came to me, and I said, I don't have time to think it, just write it down. And so I did, and I did the show, and then I started to kind of like, what is this? What is this? And then slowly but surely, it came to me that it is a meditation, a kind of journey of someone who is a little bit dubious about this thing called love. So in the month of love, I'm presenting someone who's a little bit like, love? But ultimately, at the end of the day, the decision is, why not choose love? Why not choose it? With all of the devastation and delight that comes with it, at the end of the day, it's kind of the greatest thing. So why not choose it,
I love it. What are some of the songs you'll be singing?
So surprisingly, I didn't know I was such a Taylor Swift fan, but Taylor Swift has made it onto the roster. There's a song from The Wild Party in there. Lizzo has made an appearance. We got a little Sia. So it's got a lot of pop as well as Broadway. And, I'm from Kingston, Jamaica, so I had to hail up my massives in Kingston. And there's a Jimmy Cliff song in there as well. So it's really a very eclectic set list, and I'm very excited about it. Yeah. And, Richard, I must tell you, I have an original outfit that is being created by an artist named Corey Tutt, and I got the final picture of this thing it is worth the ticket in itself, just the outfit. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to debuting that here.
Other instruments?
Yes, we're going to have a four-piece band. So the sound is going to be absolutely full and fantastic. But I hope people come and just are prepared to take a journey with me. You know, I want to invite them to kind of come on a little trip, a little meditation, as it were, about love. And as always, you know, somehow my mom makes her way in. And so there are some things in there that are honoring her as well. Yeah, and I'm so glad that there's a live stream option because she can sit in Kingston, Jamaica and watch.
Well, let's talk about that. No one does the live streams better than 54 Below. And I mean, it gives the opportunity. Let's talk about the importance of this live stream of reaching an audience that can't come to New York or be here on February 3rd or 4th.
Well, you know, for me, it's really, really personal. I mean, I'm very excited. And I have friends. I know I went to Brandeis in Boston, and I already have like a whole contingent of Brandeis people who are like, we're having a party. I'm like, okay. But for me, the live stream option really is very personal. My mom had a stroke at the beginning of the pandemic and isn't able to do what she used to and travel. And music, though, is this thing that I can reach her with music. And so I love that there's a live stream option, but for me personally, I'm excited that my mom gets to see her baby boy on stage, and I know she'll be singing along to a couple of them. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that.
And music is healing too.
So healing, so healing, and it's interesting. It changes her mood, and it you know, she has a severe brain injury, and it reaches a different part of her brain, and it is an absolutely magnificent thing, this thing that we get to do, to be able to sing, to make people feel things, to make people feel less lonely in the world, and make them feel human again. And so, yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Well, let's talk about A Strange Loop. How life-changing was that show for you?
You know, oh my gosh. It's one of those things where the show is so black, so queer, so out there that we never ever thought that it would see the light of day in a theater, right? But we all kept coming back because I'd never felt more seen by a show. And so it was my greatest honor just to be able to develop the show. And then, you know, I'd always dreamed about performing on Broadway. And for me, I kind of thought, well, maybe that's past. You know what I mean? Maybe that is okay. Maybe that is just not what my life path is supposed to be. And so the fact that not only did that show make it to a great theater like Playwrights Horizons, but that we then got to move to Broadway and get the reception that we got, and then I got a nomination for the Tony. It was like all of these things that like 18-year-old John-Andrew at Brandeis in the theater department was dreaming about and thinking about have now become lived experiences. And so it's, yeah, I don't even know how and where to place it yet because I feel like I'm still coming off of the incredible that was A Strange Loop, you know? And, but forever, Broadway will be associated with my name. Tony nominee will be associated with my name for that show. Yesterday was Michael's birthday, and so, you know, I got to call him yesterday and once again just like say, I love you and I'm so grateful for you and thank you. Thank you for asking me back. Thank you for asking me back again and again and again, you know. Didn't have to, but he did.
Because I was with you all on opening night. Remember that incredible carpet outside the theater? How magical was your Broadway debut in A Strange Loop?
Man, that was crazy. So my debut was the day after everybody else's debut because I had COVID. And so I had the weird experience of watching the very first performance from the audience. And you know, the next day was a whirlwind. They did a put-in for me, and so it was just like go, 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 go. And then the show happened, and I was doing okay. I was doing okay. And James Jackson Jr. said to me, "You're gonna cry." And I was like, "Well, if I do, you know," and I was completely and utterly fine. And I got off the stage after the big fight scene, and I went, "Oh, I need a tissue. Like, I just need to wipe some of the tears." And it was like, something in my body went, "Weep now!" And I literally just like doubled over and started crying backstage. And I looked up, and there was James Jackson, and he went, "I told you." So that I will always remember about that Broadway debut. But it was an incredible night to be able to go, my God, I'm now officially a Broadway performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has to be a full circle moment for you, like you said with Tepper, like starting it here, like a strange loop, and now you're doing your solo show here, and in the audience is going to be some incredible Strange Loop fans.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They've been the greatest. I mean, we have, there's a young man named Jordan. I think he ended up seeing the show 45 times. And so now we're all friends on Instagram and all of that. But they've all reached out and they're like, "We have our tickets," and the loopers, I think they call themselves loopers or cheer loopers, they're all planning to come. So yeah, it's wonderful.
So finally, what are you looking forward to the most? Of February 3rd and February 4th here at 54 Below with your brand new show.
No, maybe why not? I'm excited to give this audience an experience. And we have some little delights in there, but really it is this journey and it is an invitation. I'm gonna like really ask them, "Take my hand, come with me, come with me. Come take this journey with me," and I hope they will. And I'm excited to give them an experience. I feel a little bit of mischief with the show, and yeah, I'm excited to thrill you all a little bit.
I love that. Well, for a great night out, it's here at 54 Below, his brand new show on February 3rd and 4th. There's also a live stream on February 4th. And for tickets, just go to 54 Below. Now, I think you're going to do a number for us, right?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to set the number up?
Well, I think it's one that everybody is going to know. I would hope. Musical theater people, if you don't know this, naughty musical theater people. But if you are a musical theater person, you will. Okay, fine. I'm doing Losing My Mind.
Get ready. Losing My Mind.
The sun comes up, I think about you. The coffee cup, I think about you. I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. The morning ends, I think about you and talk to friends and think about you. Does no one know? It's like I'm losing my mind. All afternoon doing every little chore. The thought of you stays bright. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights and think about you. Spend sleepless nights to think about you. You said you loved me, 'Or were you just being kind?' 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 'Or w Or am I losing my mind? I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. Does no one know? It's like I'm losing my mind. All afternoon doing every little chore, the thought of you stays bright. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights and think about you. Spend sleepless nights to think about you. You said you loved me, or were you just being kind? Or am I losing my mind?